Hey guys, Chris here. I've got a great video today to talk about controlling the dream, taking responsibility for your life so you can take action based on what's being reflected back to you. So as I did in one of my earlier videos, talking that life is very much like a dream, or treating life as a dream. So what happens as a dream is when you have a dream, the dream reflects back to you your point of view. So if you have this view of life's not fair, what you're very much going to see out is fixate on particular events where life doesn't appear fair. And it's how you take action and come to terms with that. And imagine you're always dreaming up scenarios which will reflect that back. And some advice someone gave me a good 6-7 months ago who understood this concept helped me a lot, where he said, you know, when you wake up, just always keep thinking that this is a dream and just grabbing life by the steering wheel and directing it in the way that you want to go. So for example, let's just say that you have limiting beliefs. You might feel like you can't attract a beautiful woman, or that woman's not out there. And what will happen is you'll likely keep replaying scenarios of that. Maybe you'll have a certain dream about it. But then in everyday life, maybe you do meet someone and you know they're not available, or they're going away the next day. You meet them in another country, like for example where I am, or where I was at the time, and you might meet someone who's leaving in a couple of days, or you might just meet someone who you feel like you're really interested in, but they don't seem interested in you, and you're getting mixed signals. So this is all reaffirming back to you. So how do you change that? How do you change the dream? Well, you have to go out and you have to prove that wrong. And one thing you can do is just be aware that as you're doing things unconsciously now, you're reflecting that dream state back to you. So if you turn up more confident and in this sort of belief of I can get what I want, and set out to prove yourself wrong. And what I did at the time is that I just remembered that I was going out and I was speaking more actively to various women. And as I started to meet a few and say got some numbers and perhaps went on a date or two, then the so-called dream state was reflecting back to me in terms of abundance, of that person might be out there. Then the problem maybe becomes of who am I going to choose and what am I going to what do I really want? And you know, similar instances to Instantly as well, where I'm sort of in a new environment and I feel perhaps quite left out. I feel like maybe I don't know anyone, and I keep remembering myself that I'm creating that. You know, I'm like anyone could be in a new environment and doesn't know anyone, and you look around and the dream is going to reflect back to you. Like you've just focused on people who are in groups, who are getting together, and you know, you might not even notice the few people who are on their own. And you know, maybe you do meet someone and you sort of connect quite a bit and then they disappear, right? And that's just reaffirming back to you. But to change the dream, to change reality, you know, this is about creating the reality you want. You then can just go out and focus on, like, you're looking for your people, you're looking for the right people, and going out there and not giving up and just going with that point of curiosity. Because if you reflect back to you, you always want to journal. So journaling a lot, I feel, helps me a lot, where you can actually reflect. You can write down, did I really talk to anyone today? How judgmental are you being? Are you seeing people and just judging? Because what I found yesterday, for example, I sort of judged some people who were sat next to me, or somebody I saw, and then when I actually spoke to the person, I got a completely different response. If anything, I was amazed with the response and maybe how friendly somebody was. So, you know, these are all things that you can do. And let's just say you just go out there, and you know, this is what I did many years ago, where I sort of believed, you know, I couldn't meet the woman I wanted, or I couldn't, you know, I didn't really have any friends. And the more I went out there and went to meet, you know, say to meet your people. And that's what you want to remind. You're looking for your people. You're looking for the people you want to connect with. You know, sometimes I focus on people I don't want to connect with and judge people, sat over and think, oh, everyone's like this, or everyone's drinking beer and everyone's doing this and doing that. And I'm not like that. Everyone just wants to get drunk and party. And then you realize that maybe there's lots of other like-minded people, you know, spiritual people, or people wanting to do yoga and have decent open-minded conversations So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But then what happens is the dream will reflect back to you differently. And if anything, that area of your life might start to heal. And you then focus on other areas. Or what you may find is in a year or two, you'll focus your life back on that. That will come back again. That will come back to haunt you. And, it takes great courage to go out there and to change the dream. But with this knowledge of what it's reflecting back to you and looking to change it, then your night dream might be different, Or maybe you are starting to get what you want and the dream reflects something, maybe shows something deeper that's underneath, that you are scared and these other things which are just good to be aware of. But focusing yourself on healing, and I'd also say I found stripping a lot of things out of my life, whether it's the food or the drinks I'm having or addictions that are bringing my energy down and just where I'm wasting my time. If you can look to get out there more in the world and journal and reflect and be aware of what's happening each day and how you can change things, that's where the real growth is. And you will start to have more and more of these synchronicities, and sort of feel in a lucid dream-like state. So yeah, that's what I want to share today, and hope everyone enjoyed that video.